So, Grand Theft Auto 6 Rockstar dev gave us so much information on Easter eggs and the story of Grand Theft Auto 6. We're going to be diving into all that today in this video. So, if you guys do enjoy videos like this on the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily awesome videos, as this talks about GTA 6 Easter eggs that are going to be added to the game. And it also goes into detail of what Rockstar games we're currently working on and what is the timeline for Grand Theft Auto 6. So this basically says image credit for Rockstar Games. A big aspect of Red Dead 2 was the higher ups wanted to push forward that feeling the NPCs feeling more real and make the world around you feel like living and breathing world. As they recall, you've got these smaller towns or less population density, so you can need for the NPCs for a little bit for more real. As explains, it was a big dive to allow players to talk to people, to be involved in the world, to make you feel bad if you just shoot a random person because of the conversation system. Maybe you would feel a little bit worse about then just mowing down 20 people in GTA 5. Pretty much every NPC in Red Dead Redemption 2 has some kind of interior life. If the life was just riding a cargo weapon along the same route over and over, and its job with the destination that players can turn into a highway robbery opportunity. The level of detail in the viral for Red Dead is because more limited population density, as mentioned, as of the modern politician scale of Grand Theft Auto through the streets and home of 1,000 pedestrians, such a sense of authentic life is much more difficult to achieve. It feels like a pipe dream to expect the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 6 to replicate RDR2's immersive achievements, but that's not to say it's possible. So that is really good news to hear that Rockstar Games with Red Dead Redemption 2's companion and NPC system of how you ultimately just run over or decide to just like maybe kill tons of NPCs, they all have a life to go to. They all have families in the game. They all have like a big opportunity to live just like we do as playing as the antagonist if it's GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2. So the big thing Rockstar Games is going to work on with GTA 6 is adding a little bit more to the NPC system, which I think is going to be a great opportunity for us to see what the real life style of Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be. So instead of like hitting somebody or trying to kill an NPC, we wouldn't feel too bad about it because it would be more of the interaction with the NPCs as a closer up. So I feel like that really is the best way for Rockstar Games to achieve with Grand Theft Auto 6, as we talked about how they have an interior life, which is more like instead of riding a cargo wagon along the same route, it's actually a job with a destination. So that would be kind of cool, or turned into a highway robbery opportunity. So basically what they mean by there is because limited population density is basically the modern politician scale of all Grand Theft Auto games. So they talked about how home and thousands of pedestrians such as live the authentic life is much more difficult to achieve. So they did find that a little bit more difficult to change that way in Grand Theft Auto 6 just to see how the pedestrians react, or maybe even the pipe dream. That's what we can expect to come in Grand Theft Auto 6 achievement reward, or the Grand Theft Auto 6 game is they're going to be working on a little bit more how to treat the NPCs with respect and to follow up that they have a life too. Instead of just shooting and trying to kill them instantly, we would see the perspective of the NPC of showing how caring that they have a life, they have families to go back to, and that it's really not worth it to kill tons of NPCs, and it's going to be more realistic and lifelike. I think that's a really cool way for Rockstar Games to do Grand Theft Auto 6 in my opinion. They also mentioned the ex-Rockstar dev says one of GTA 5's most mysterious Easter eggs was really just to put in there to mess with people. As former Rockstar designer Ben, I think it's Henchcliffe, thinks their theories need work. So now we know exactly why the Easter eggs take place in Grand Theft Auto games. It looks like Rockstar Games did it just to mess with us, as Ben had to go on to say. Rockstar Games need to work on their Easter egg problem. Like, actually think of everybody who's playing your Grand Theft Auto game and actually put Easter eggs in for fun. Like some of the alien hatches that we can see in North Yankton where you find an alien in the night. That was actually an Easter egg just to have a funny aspect of what Grand Theft Auto was doing, which was teasing aliens in the next previous DLC DLCs or even an Alien DLC, hopefully coming to GTA 5 at the time, but unfortunately was canceled by Rockstar Games. And even in the Halloween season, they could have done something similar like this, which I kind of think is kind of a shame that Rockstar Games just puts those in just to be funny with us instead of, like, you know, the under hatch at Vespucci Beach? That could have been cool. Instead of having it be funny, you could have ultimately been able to open that hatch and have something secret be in there, like maybe couple dollars or something like that, or maybe even millions of dollars you would find under there. Or otherwise, it could go into a bigger mystery. Who really knows? Rockstar Games just put it in there just to be funny. So I honestly do believe that they can take a GTA 6 example and make this even better for players in Grand Theft Auto 6 to make their Easter eggs more authentic. Instead of making them funny just to make it funny, make it real life, you know, make the Easter eggs something that fans would be interested in instead of coming out of funny and wages. I think that would probably be one thing Rockstar Games could definitely learn from Grand Theft Auto 6 when putting these Easter eggs in the game. So now we found out exactly why Rockstar Games adds Easter eggs, and we finally know why exactly they are currently in games such as Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5 just to be funny. But it looks like Ben says they definitely could work on this, and I totally agree as well. And to a follow-up to that, former GTA 6 designer says the open world sequel will blow people away, and people will be talking about for ages because Rockstar has raised the bar again. Rockstar veteran Ben is excited to see how much things have changed about GTA 6 since he was at the studio. So yeah, when Ben actually worked at Rockstar Games Studio, he was actually told on exactly how the Easter eggs were supposed to transpire and how Rockstar Games wanted to come up with them. Obviously, we talked about the Easter eggs. They're in there just to be funny, but they're not really in there just for fans to discover or go around, which I kind of disappointed in Rockstar Games just making it to be funny, which is kind of cool to have funny Easter eggs, but put a little bit more work into it, at least for Grand Theft Auto 6, and actually make sure they have some kind of aspect, like something that we can open or something we can see, and make it like a mission or like a scavenger hunt instead of just having it be there. Like, put a little bit more work in those Easter eggs, and it looks like that's what they're going to be doing in Grand Theft Auto 6. So that's kind of interesting to see what the Easter eggs would look like in the game. But as Ben worked in the studio, he hopes it will be a lot better than what he has seen in the past after working in the studio, because currently he's seen a lot of things that Rockstar Games has done wrong over the years, and hopefully will make a change in an aspect to Grand Theft Auto 6. The last thing they had going to say is former GTA 6 dev says Rockstar Games will currently be trying to really tighten the game in every corner right now, because 90% of your work is accounting for players who don't do as what they're told to do at Rockstar Games community. So hopefully that thing does change in Grand Theft Auto 6, as Rockstar Games employees don't always do what they're supposed to do. Like, if Rockstar Games says, hey, you need to update the graphics, or hey, you need to go check on the game and make sure it's up to date before we release it. Not everybody does that. So I feel like they need to make a big impact with Grand Theft Auto 6 and actually work harder on these games to make it more of a production and make it more of a living game for everyone to enjoy, if that makes sense. I do believe that Rockstar Games have better worker quality, and I guarantee they can get the job done as possible as long as they get on their employees to stop messing around and get to it, which is probably why Grand Theft Auto 6 wasn't released over a decade or even talked about, because a lot of people just goof off nowadays. I mean, you know this, I know this, in the real life world, most companies and corporates only care about money and greed. That's all they care about. That's kind of just the way the life is. And I feel like that's just what Rockstar Games are trying to be better at with Grand Theft Auto 6, is to work harder and make sure they're not slacking off as much as they used to back then, as Ben talked about and I will leave a link in the description to all of these websites so you guys can take a look at them for yourself if you are interested. But that is kind of the work world. I've worked in tons of places in grocery stores who corporate was just so greedy that they only wanted the money, and they would fire you over if you didn't work hard enough for them, or if you didn't make them enough money in a certain year, they would fire employees and find better ones. So that is kind of just the way the world works. I've definitely met my share and fair times of bosses who screw you over because you stayed on the clock to get extra hours and they were too cheap and they didn't want you to. So I had my fair share of jobs before I became a full-time YouTuber, and that's exactly what Rockstar Games are experiencing as well. They just need a little bit more hard work into their jobs. But anyway, guys, that is all the information I got for you guys on this video today. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily awesome videos such as GTA 6 Rockstar Games videos and all the upcoming videos that I'll be doing on my channel. Subscribe for more of those. And of course, as always, guys, let me know in those comments down below. What do you guys feel about the Easter egg secrets that Rockstar Games has hid from the community on how they're ultimately going to go about in Grand Theft Auto 6? Are they going to be better or are they going to be worse? You guys can feel free to let me know in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. But stay happy, healthy, and well, and I'll see you guys all later on the next video.